Your voice matters, Divine Feminine. As you step into this new beginning, there are going to be many people who are not going to be used to this new brighter, lighter version of you, and they're going to have a lot to say about the new decisions you're making and the new ways that you're moving. But listen, most importantly, your voice matters to yourself first. To yourself first. You receive the benefit and the reward of speaking up for yourself first before anybody does. In this new beginning that you have cultivated for yourself, it is going to be of the utmost importance that you speak up for yourself, that you celebrate yourself out loud. Welcome to Sacred Empowerments of the Divine Feminine. What's good, my sisters? How is everybody doing? I hope you are well. Hope you are feeling great, eating well, loving well, sleeping well, all of that good stuff. Whatever day, time, night you watch this video, I hope you're doing good, okay? Thank you so much to my returning subscribers, to all of my new viewers. Welcome to Sacred Empowerments of the Divine Feminine. We're going to have a very, very powerful, encouraging conversation in this video today, and I just want you to sit back and listen to what the mother has to say to her daughters. The power and the beauty of your voice. I'm reminded of when the mother began to speak to me about how the voice or the throat chakra is, spiritually speaking, it is the earth of the mother. And when she said it, I didn't really understand. I didn't understand what she meant. And so she began to elaborate. As a divine feminine, the sound that comes from you is the tangible manifestation of the presence of the mother in the earth. Because the physical body belongs to the masculine. But the voice, the throat chakra is the place. It is the medium. It is the median ground where the within and the outer meet. And so anytime we are to work to bring the mother into the earth, we bring her into the earth through our throat chakra. This is why it is very important in this new season that you have managed to move your spirit and soul and self into. It is of the utmost importance that you utilize your voice to express the joy. You used it in your karmic timeline to express the frustration. You used to express the anger. You used it to express the dissatisfaction. You used it to express, to use it as a tool of warfare and weaponry. You've used it in the ways, that you needed to use it. But in this new lighter, new beginning, this rebirth, your voice is as equally important. Tell people what you have accomplished. Tell them about the victories. Tell them, back in the church days, we used to have what was called testimony service, right? Testimony service wasn't a time to get up really and talk about all that the devil did to you, or all that Satan is doing to you, or all of the trials and tribulations that you are going through. It's not just about talking about those things. It's about talking about the victory that you received, the overcoming that you accomplished in all of the things that you have been through. The voice is important. It's important to use your voice to cleanse your atmosphere. Cleanse your atmosphere by releasing sounds of joy, sounds of pleasure. The universe responds to the sound that comes from you, divine feminine. It responds to the sound and the frequency, because what is in you is what comes out of you. So based on the frequency that you are in your inner self is the frequency that the sound coming from you will vibrate at. And that is what the universe responds to. Your voice in your new beginning, in this rebirth, is equally important. It's equally important that you laugh out loud, that you celebrate out loud, that you express your joy and your satisfaction out loud. And so, as I was saying in the opener, right? People are going to be very jealous and envious around you, not even just because of the things you're accomplishing, the things you're acquiring, the things you are doing, the tangible things that are being added to you. You got that house that you were manifesting. You got the car that you were manifesting. You got the promotion that you were manifesting. You got the husband. You got the wife that you were manifesting. People are going to not just be jealous and envious of you for that, but more so, they're going to be jealous and envious because you do not have not one problem letting everyone know that I am in a good space. I am doing well. I am elevated. I am ascending. I am happy. I have joy. I am not dealing with karmic energy. I'm not entertaining negativity because that's not where I'm at within. The mother aspect within me, she is in her beauty. She is in her femininity. She is in her softness. She is in her divine mother aspect. She has moved out of her karmic mother aspect. Right? And you wear it. And you speak from it. And so it is important that if you run into individuals who want to try to quiet your joy or quiet your happy state or quiet the frequency that's coming from you because they're not in that same frequency, they're still dealing with the karmic mother. And what I mean by the karmic mother is they're dealing with the terrible aspect of the mother, the dark aspect of the mother. They're dealing with the aspect of the mother that is about, destroying what no longer serves and going through and healing and dealing with traumas and shedding and getting rid of and tower moments and all of that. That is another one of her aspects. But as you move into that nurturing aspect, as you move into, not saying that aspect is not nurturing, but I mean her lighter, her light, her divinity, her throne aspect, where she is in an embrace with the universe, nurturing, caring, and kind, which you are a part of as her reflection, because you have cultivated this space for you. You have gone through and allowed her to nurture you in her terrible aspect. You've gone through that season, that dark night of the soul, and you've allowed her to nurture you. You've allowed her to say, daughter, let me show you where you are undermining yourself. Let me show you where you are causing yourself to stumble. Let me show you the things you need to get rid of. Now, this ain't gonna feel good, but I'm gonna show you because this is the aspect of me you need. And you took the chastisement. You took the correction. And now you're beginning to experience this frequency of universal and motherly love coming from her. And you have every right to reflect that aspect of her too. As a matter of fact, it is important that you do, because there are other reflections around you who are also looking to collaborate, to partner with individuals who vibrate at that frequency. We done already let our skeletons come out the closet, man. We're not going to keep living in that closet with them skeletons, man. No. We're going to come out and join the party, right? And it's a party that we're throwing for ourselves. We're going to be present. We're going to be present. We're going to be mindful of the positive as much as we are mindful, as much as we were mindful when we were in that negative karmic phase. And now that we are in this lighter, lovable, like the world with all of its issues. And it's not saying that you don't see what's going on, but you almost feel like that's a part of what transpires in the earth, the things that is going on, the pressure. But when you have kind of fortified yourself in a way by allowing the pressure to crush you to the point that you have no choice but to rebuild again. And then you begin to realize that I can rebuild whatever I want. I can rebuild myself to be whomever I want. That is the joy of knowing that you have that supernatural ability, the divinity, the goddess space, to know that you are operating and occupying your goddess space. You can choose. It creates a bit of a distance between what the world, that pressure is not the same. It's there. You acknowledge it. You see it. You see the negativity. You know that there are things going on for other people. And it's not saying that some things don't seep in and everything is absolutely perfect for you. Everything is not absolutely perfect. But when you step and occupy your goddess space, it is still to be celebrated. It is still something to be excited about. There is still joy to be had. There is still hope. There is still love to experience. Why is that? Because in that goddess space, you not only recognize, but through experience, experientially, you know that my reality orbits around my frequency. And because I have done the work and allowed my mother, the great mother as she is, to correct me, I now get to relish in the benefits, the fruit of my labor. And for that, I am going to use my voice to say that I am so excited about what I am stepping into. I am going to use my voice to show gratitude. I am going to use my voice to speak words of encouragement to myself first and then subsequently to others. I am going to use and I will not be quieted. I know that you, sir, you, ma'am, may not be there yet, but if I let my joy, if I let it just glow off of me, then I become a walking billboard of the beauty of the mother, of the beauty of divine femininity. I become a walking billboard. I become a sounding board for her love, for her embrace, for her ability to provide, for her ability to nurture. I become a trumpet of her victory. So your voice is equally as important right now. And I want you to remember that the joy, the sound of happiness and satisfaction and pleasure that comes from you is your right. It is your birthright to express. It is your birthright to be satisfied. It is your birthright to have pleasure. It is your birthright to experience the overflow. The overflow. There's a lot to complain about. There is a lot to whine and moan about and bitch about. There is a lot to just be outright like, this is some right? There is a lot. But that ain't where we at. Mm-mm. I speak for me, and I speak for me in a way that is going to resonate with the other divine feminines who understand where I'm at right now, because you have also emerged as the goddess you are. You have emerged from the ashes of everything around you being burned down. You have emerged. And so we are using our voices to be that sounding board for the mother's love, for her satisfaction, for her joy and her pleasure, her happy space, her goodness. Yeah. It doesn't mean go around like rubbing it all in people's face, but it's not even from that energy though, really, right? You're not rubbing anything in anybody's face because you're in a good space, and you're not even taking into account, you're not really trying to calculate what space they in and do you need to show up and just simmer down a little bit. No, you're stepping into every room and every space in the truth of where you are right now, knowing full well that, yeah, I'm pretty sure folks probably gonna be a little bent out of shape body, gonna have their little panties in a knot, little boxes in a bunch, whatever the case may be. But what really does that have to do with me? Because where were you when I was weeping and I wasn't weeping in joy? Where were you when I was pleading for help from my ancestor team because I was so frustrated, or I had doubt, or I didn't know? Where were you when the flames, were raging and everything in my life was being torn down, burned down? Where were you? You weren't there. And if you were there, you was there in your negativity then. And now that I have quieted all of that noise and all of that negativity, and I have learned how to stand resolute in my own energy, you still want to attempt to let your frequency seep into mine. But I'm not in that place. I don't want to hear the whining and the complaining. I don't want to hear what you think I can or cannot do, or can and cannot become. I like, real talk. Don't even talk to me if that's what you want. Like, real talk. Don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Don't talk to me, because just because I'm in this happy space now don't mean I can't get you together, right? It doesn't mean that I can't get you together, because even in me using my voice to express my joy and my pleasure, I also learned how to use my voice to put up my fortification. I learned how to use my voice to be the controller of my gates. Remember, I told you that the throat chakra is the median for the inner and the outer world. It's the median. So when someone else is using their voice, you have to be very careful, because the ear gate comes into play, right? So I use my voice to push back against whatever it is you are speaking that I don't want to penetrate my ear gate, because I recognize that my voice is my median. It is where I control. It is where I steer. It is where I have the power and the influence to impact my life. So speak up, whether you are defending yourself, whether you are celebrating yourself, whether you are excited, whether you are laughing so hard that your stomach hurts, whether you are, full of joy, whether you are experiencing pleasure. Let out your sound. It is your sound. It is your frequency. And it is your birthright to be heard. It is your right to celebrate your inner alignment. Celebrate your inner alignment. Honor reclaiming your power. And you're going to start seeing a ripple effect. Right? Other reflections are going to start coming towards you. Good things are going to start coming towards you. Even more so. And the more that comes in that is good and beautiful and wholesome and healthy and positive and well, the more you express. The more you express. Because this is the power of your voice. And this is a power that you've always had. And now that we know better, we do better. We speak according to what we want to experience, what we expect to experience. We are not using our voices to be reactionary. Something comes, and then we start speaking accordingly. We start complaining accordingly. We start moaning accordingly. We start verbally doubting accordingly, and speaking doubt accordingly because we're reacting. Your voice is too powerful. We need to be more mindful because, and let me rephrase that. We have learned to be more mindful. We know the power that we have in our voices. And so we don't use our voice to be reactionary. Someone come chopping it up and they get to talking some bull junk, they get coming at you crazy, whatever the case may be. You don't have to say nothing. Because your silence is another aspect of your voice. Right? And it's equally as powerful. Your silence. Sometimes being silent when people are trying to make you feel small and say things to you to dim your light, your silence sends the message, who are you to even be speaking to me? Like when you don't give people the satisfaction of acknowledgement, that can go a long way. Because your voice is also a gift, I'm hearing the mother say. Your voice is also a gift. I remember when I was in my karmic season, right? I was dealing with this one individual and I was dealing with this one individual, and what used to bother me the most is that when I wanted to talk to them, they didn't want to talk to me. And it used to trigger me so bad. Like it's not even because I wanted to speak to them, it's because I wanted to hear their voice. When they wouldn't give me their voice, it was like, it was like expecting to get a bicycle on Christmas Day, and that moment where when you wanted something for Christmas and you got a whole bunch of pajamas and socks and shit, and you didn't get the bicycle, but you just knew you was so excited about it because you had already told them that's what you wanted. Maybe they had already told you they was gonna get it, but I don't know. Money fell through and you ended up getting maybe one Barbie doll, about 14 pairs of socks, 15 pairs of pajamas. You understand what I'm saying? Some pencils in a notebook, right? And you didn't get the bike. You didn't get the gift that you wanted. Like when people give you a birthday card and don't put no money in it. That just burns my biscuit. Give me a birthday. I mean, it's cool. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You want to let me know your little sentiments and everything. But what a shang-a-lang, baby. You can put no shang-a-lang in this thing? Okay, well, I guess it's the thought that counts. And so when I was in my karmic season and my more codependent, needy aspect, this person wouldn't respond to me. Like, Not even, I wasn't even talking no crazy shit. I was just like, just trying to check in and see how they was doing or whatever. You know what I mean? And just was really wanting to hear from them for whatever reason. And they wouldn't. They wouldn't respond back. They wouldn't call. They wouldn't call back. They wouldn't text. They wouldn't text back. And I couldn't get the motherfucking message because I'm in my karmic season. Now, don't judge me. All right? I have healed. We have elevated. But when you don't know your own worth, and you don't know the gift that your voice holds in the life of someone else, you will find yourself needy. You always got to be around people, talking to people, giving people attention, and people giving you their attention, and you always got to be feeding off of someone else. I didn't recognize the power of my own voice. Right? But one thing that individual taught me is that your voice is a gift. Giving people your attention. Now, they was karmic as hell too. They wasn't, I feel like their intentions wasn't really to, their intentions was karmic. Their intentions was to traumatize the fuck out of me. But this is what you need to understand. People can't traumatize you where you're not vibrating at that frequency to be traumatized. So this is why in our past seasons, when the mother is starting to correct and tear down all of these bad self-perceptions, that we have to relearn. We have to factor ourselves into the experiences that we have had in our past timeline. This is why you have to do that, because that is how you bring forth the new beginning. That is how you bring forth your wings. That is how you fly out of that fire and those ashes, because you recognize that you contributed. This has nothing to do with what they did to me, how they did it, and when they did it, and why they did it, and da 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 da. It has everything to do with the fact that you were vibrating at that frequency, and that is why that was there. And it was there to shift your frequency so you could learn that you are a gift. You don't overly need anybody's voice in your life more so than you need your own. You don't need to hear from nobody that bad. You just feel that way. You feel that way because you're dealing with abandonment. You're dealing with rejection. You're dealing with all of these things that we want to help you burn down. And we have let the mother, you have let the divine feminine aspect within us tear all of that falsity, all of that misunderstanding of who we are as individuals. We've allowed her to correct us. And now here we are. Your voice is a gift to this world. Your voice is a gift to you. Your voice is a gift to every individual that you come across. A stranger or someone you are very familiar with. Your voice is a gift. The objective is to know that and to use it accordingly. But more so, even in your own life, you must speak to and for yourself in a way that further perpetuates the joy, the love, the pleasure, the satisfaction that you have stepped into in this new season. Don't be silent, but be excited. Be excited for whatever you are manifesting, whatever you are trying to accomplish, your every goal, your destiny and purpose is here now. Be excited and celebrate that. Be full of joy and celebrate that. And let the grumpy people stay in the back. I don't know. Let them stay back there, sucking on pickles. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because they acting all tart and shit. Let them stay back there with all that tartness. All right? All that tartness. You know what I mean? But you wear your joy. Wear it. Cloak yourself in it. Bathe yourself in it. dance in it, laugh in it, make love in it, right? This is divine femininity. Divine femininity is pleasure. Divine femininity is fruitfulness. She is intoxicating. Around here moping around like, oh, woe is me. I'm just a divine feminine trying to get along. No. Stop doing that. Don't do that. All right? Wake up, start your day, put a smile on your face, put a smile in your heart, right? Tap into the matriarch within. Man, good times. Good times are ahead of you, girl. Good times, man. Good times are ahead of us. Good times are ahead of us. Yeah. I love you guys. I love all of you. Thank you so much for your support. All right. Thank you so much. If this is your first time hearing the sound of my voice, I give this gift to you. Welcome. And please take a moment to subscribe. All right. Join the tribe. Would love to have you over here. Hit that like button. All right. Hit that like button so the algorithms can, understand, like, you know what I'm saying? We got to get the messages out to the other people, other divine feminines who need to hear it. And so your support in hitting the like button goes a long way. It allows the channel to grow and to prosper and all of that beautiful stuff. Okay. Also turn on your notification bell so you know when the girl is back with another message. Leave me a comment. You know what I mean? Leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on with you. How you doing? Tap in with me. Let me know. I love you, beautiful ladies. And I will see you guys on the next Sacred Empowerment. Be good. Be joyful. Be loud. Be excited. Be happy. Peace, family.